First, here at the moment on the night team, we are bringing you a live look at 5th Street in downtown Louisville with a new update. Nothing happening, and that is big news, folks. This is Jefferson Street near Louisville Metro Hall, right outside businesses like Green District Salads and Center Goes Coffee. Crews have finished working right now in downtown Louisville after that massive and at one time dangerous underground natural gas leak. They were still there at 7:30 tonight, but appear now to have at least wrapped things up for the evening. This is 5th Street. By the way, we can tell you 5th Street is back open. The leak was first reported at 9 a.m. Evacuated not only the mayor's office, that's right, Craig Greenberg had to head out in the street like everybody else, but a couple of other key government buildings had to be cleared out. The good news tonight, the city says the danger is long gone. Things have been ventilated and nobody was hurt. Again, as you are seeing live from our night team photojournalist Levi Hammer, 5th at Jefferson is now open after being blocked all day. Several roads in downtown Louisville were blocked, now back open. Well, hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt, and right now here tonight at 11 o'clock, also happening tonight, the company that owns the plant that exploded in Clifton, killing 2 workers, asked the city what kind of incentives they could give to keep them here. Metro Council member Andrew Owen says they got a blunt answer back. He also believes Givaudan is leaving Kentucky. WHAS11 night team's Alex Dederer and photojournalist Emma Gefter heard from frustrated residents still looking for answers.
A bird's-eye view from the Sky 11 drone show the remnants of the Givaudan plant. Scraps of metal piled high next to the skeleton of a building that exploded nearly 4 months ago. The company's future in the city was top of mind at the first community meeting held in Clifton since right after the explosion, with Metro Council's Andrew Owen breaking some news.
There is no chance that the company is coming back. That was my response from minute one, and I talked to the mayor that afternoon, and I talked to these guys that afternoon, and we said they're not coming back. And you'd be surprised, but they're getting offers from states and cities to incentives to bring them there, and they looked at us and said, what are you guys going to offer us? And my understanding from the mayor was nothing. Go.
Owen, who represents Clifton, says from the conversations he and Mayor Greenberg have had with Givaudan, it's not looking likely that the company is returning to the state at all. Deputy Mayor David James leaned into it.
This is Givaudan's problem. They provide the assistance, nobody else. They caused it, they created it, they paid for it.
While demolition is still underway of the Givaudan plant, it's not returning to 1901 Payne Street. Local officials are figuring out what is going to replace it.
We're looking for, frankly, for leverage points that give us negotiation power as a city to negotiate with Givaudan to get control of the property, frankly, without having to pay for it.
Some residents expressed their frustration with the lack of demolition oversight from Metro government.
And you should be aggressively overseeing a company with a horrible track record of safety as they do the cleanup. I mean, really, what are you doing?
Deputy Mayor Nicole George responded.
But I don't know on behalf of my colleagues who are here tonight, who've worked a full day, who do nothing but work to serve our city, that it's fair to say that they're not doing anything.
Tensions remain high for some residents in Clifton.
No one is talking to each other. There is not one point person that knows what is going on with the city, with Givaudan, with the neighborhood.
Givaudan, which has been at many of the meetings, was not there this time. Owen says the company wasn't invited. There are questions that still remain unanswered. In the Clifton neighborhood, Alex Dederer, the WHAS11 night team on your side.
By the way, our updated drone video that you were watching right there appears to show some movement in the early demolition of the plant on Payne Street, but no word yet on when it will be torn down. Happening tonight, take a look at this massive fire that burned on Charlestown Road tonight in New Albany. Crews in southern Indiana worked to contain the large blaze at the National Storage Unit Center in New Albany. Adam Wittenberg recorded this video with his drone over the scene at about 7 o'clock. You can see just how many fire crews were there from several southern Indiana fire departments. Even about an hour later, when WHAS11 night team photojournalist Emma Gefter was on the scene, the smoke was still everywhere. National Storage is located on Charlestown Road and McDonald Lane.
We've not called it or referred to it as a DEI program. It's just all we've ever done is work with the Department of, Diversity, Equity, and Poverty.
That's longtime JCPS school board member Linda Duncan talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in JCPS serving kids that fall into the category of high needs. Now JCPS, though, is facing an ultimatum from the feds, the U.S. Department of Education. In a letter and with a Friday deadline, they are demanding the end of any programs related to DEI or possibly lose federal funding. The night team's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Levi Hammer got some answers tonight.
Members of the Jefferson County Public Schools Board met for a work session Tuesday night.
Every teacher I talk to that has a 9:40 start time is miserable.
It's business as usual on the agenda. But 2 weeks ago, JCPS and public schools across the nation were given a notice about diversity, equity, and inclusion from the federal government.
I can't really tell you much about the letter other than our legal department is reviewing that.
Board member Linda Duncan, who represents parts of Central and South Louisville, says they're waiting on legal counsel to determine if their diversity, equity, and poverty division is being targeted. But at JCPS, it's been around 41 years before it became a political issue.
We can't really equate DEI with DEP, and I think there's an effort to try and do that, but I don't think it's the same thing. We don't have the policies that promote one group over another group.
A letter sent by the United States Department of Education says any institutions that receive federal funds must dismantle DEI programs. It says in part, quote, "The law is clear. Treating students differently on the basis of race to achieve nebulous goals such as diversity, racial balancing, social justice, or equity is illegal under controlling Supreme Court precedent." It goes on to say school districts have 14 days from that date to comply or face potential loss of federal funding. Duncan says their DEP division has existed since 1984 and was a product of when Louisville school districts merged.
The work that department does is really about removing barriers to achievement for our African American students and for other students too, Hispanic students or any students, our special needs students. But it's about identifying barriers and removing the barriers.
The largest school district in Kentucky still determining if their DEP division is in jeopardy. In Louisville, Jose Alonso, WHAS11 Night Team on your side.
Well, Linda Duncan also says JCPS's efforts are centered around achievement and ensuring that no students face barriers when it comes to their education. Also happening new here tonight on the night team, the Louisville Metro Housing Authority is hosting open houses at the moment to help Louisvillians understand Section 8 housing. The Housing Authority is partnering with council members of different districts to talk about the benefits of housing vouchers, especially at a time when benefits are changing. Most changes include digitizing the process, so now they use a call center, an online portal, and more. The department has previously reported a backlog of recertifications, people waiting to have their application reapproved.
We want to talk about the hold on some of our special voucher programs, why we're kind of taking a pause and doing a recount of all of our vouchers to ensure that we have enough capacity to serve the community. And we're also working with our inspections department to increase those inspection timeframes to get our families leased up much faster.
Housing Authority has more than 10,000 housing vouchers. These are ongoing meetings, and the next one's going to be at the Bon Air Library on March 6th. And you can find the link in this story on WHAS11.com. Sold to the highest bidder. Auctioneers are now planning to auction 30 to 50 cars purchased and owned by Jamie and Misty Knoll, the former Clark County, Indiana sheriff, and his wife. That auction is going to take place Derby weekend at French Lick Resort in French Lick, Indiana. The company says May is also the kickoff to the car season in Indiana, and there will be hundreds of car enthusiasts in the region at the time. The auction will be in person and online May 2nd and 3rd. TJ Freege with the company says it will be a lifestyle auction, also with Indianapolis classic mini bikes.
The month of May starts, the car culture, really starts coming in the month of May. That's the dates that worked well for us and worked well for, hosting it and really having more of a lifestyle event.
8 of the Jamie Knoll cars are photographed on the company's website right now. Most of them were seized as evidence from Knoll's title swapping scheme that landed him in prison. Knoll has to repay citizens of the taxpayers of Clark County $3.1 million in restitution. The new PNC Broadway season lineup is here, announced right here exclusively on WHAS11 News at 5:30 today. And the big names include 5 shows that are new to Louisville, including the 2024 Tony winner for Best New Musical. Starting in September with MJ. That's the show centered around Michael Jackson's 1999 Dangerous World Tour. And then a brand new show, Water for Elephants, based on the book and movie of the same name. The show features acrobatics of a traveling circus. Other shows include the return of Hamilton, back by popular demand to Louisville, Beauty and the Beast, and the recent Tony winner, The Outsiders, based on the movie that the show won 4 awards last year, including Best Musical.